Hey, we're in the studio right now talking again to the legendary John Schlitt. In my opinion, the best vocalist in rock history, with one of the most popular anthems in secular rock that is called Never Been Any Reason, or Save My Life, I'm Going Down from the Last Time, with the band Head East. But he went on to do incredible things with the band Petra, so many great hits, Beyond Belief, you name it, so many favorites, and he's still going strong. In some ways, just getting started. His solo albums are fantastic. His newest solo album is Go, and you're going to love it. Welcome back, and welcome to Fridays with Friends, John Schlitt.
Hey, Brant, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. So good to see your face again.
Well, same here. Same here. It's good to see your face.
Well, everyone loved you in the chat.
Fire Warrior, or whatever that is. Indian.
Hey, it's Fire Eagle. That's my Native American name.
Fire Eagle.
Fire Eagle.
Fire Warrior.
Well, I was telling John before we started recording that a dear friend, Dr. Nigel Big Pond, who spoke in Washington, D.C. This last week, he gave me the Native American name that I asked for a Native name. I have a little bit of Cherokee, and he looked at me and he said, Big Head. And so I got to live with Big Head for four years, and John's reminding us of that. And so anyway, 4 years later, I said, well, Big Pond, Brant means firebrand and proud one, which that didn't work out too good. And he said, how about Fire Eagle? Will you call me something cool like Fire Eagle? He said, so be it. And I was like, yes, I'm not Big Head anymore. I'm Fire Eagle. So anyway, that's what John's talking about. Well, John, you've been on the chat with Dave Lovejoy and the gang, and they loved you. I loved you, man. It's so good to talk to you again today. And just listen to your song, Go, from your new album, Go. And I love it. Tell me about some of the musicians on there and the writers on there that you were talking about.
Oh my gosh. I'd have to have my album cover to tell you. I just know that everybody on the record were amazing artists. I was very blessed. And it took that kind of skill to match my last album, The Greater Cause. Seriously, wow. I actually was a little concerned about doing this one because I thought The Greater Cause might have been my peak. But thanks to the skill, the writing skill, the musicianship, the producing, actually I was able to match it, and I think actually take it to the next level. So as you listen to all the songs, I'm glad you got to listen to Go. That was actually the last song I wrote with Mark Townsend on that record. And I've never gone out and purposely tried to write a title cut, But this one, again, was a little unique. And by the time the other 10 songs were done, I knew that the record was going to be called Go. Yeah. And so Mark and I had one more song to write. And I said, you know what, Mark, I wouldn't mind trying to write a title cut. And he goes, okay. So he handed me this music thing he was doing. And that's usually how I write, because I don't try to pick up an instrument. I can, but I've got too many other guys that are so much better than I, that it's just doesn't help for me. I just let them write music, and I listen to it. And he wrote this music thing, and I go, oh, that's cool. So I ended up writing the words to the song. He helped tweak it a little bit, and it ended up being the title cut, which is probably one of my favorite songs. It's not the most aggressive. It's not the most aggressive, and it's not the mellowest, but it really it hits that happy medium, a little on the edgier side, but the happy medium for me.
Well, I love how it builds. You got this cool acoustic groove and such a good hook, and then it just builds and builds and builds. I love the cello work that I believe I heard in there, John, and your voice. Well, I would just like to say that those of you who are watching this great interview with Fridays with Friends, John Schlitt, it has all those nuances, John, that we would hear, for the Head East fans, all the ways you would bend your voice, your unbelievable range, your killer vibrato. In just one song of hearing Go, it takes you back to Head East, takes you back to Petra, and yet this is also something fresh. And new, and the way the whole song builds. I love how you're singing on top of the background singers that are singing the chorus as well. It's such a good song, John, and you made my day. I absolutely love it.
You know what? I need you to write all my reviews. You covered that perfect. I wish other people would dissect it that way, because you actually hit all the things I was trying to do with that record. Yeah, with
Wow.
each song, as you listen to all the other songs, you're going to find out that there's a lot of technique that's really delivered. Again, trying to keep my what you expect that would come from me, either Head East or Petra or my solo stuff. Not disappoint the folks that want to hear that, but always try to stretch for that next level, especially with the sounds of the day.
Right.
Never lose the sounds of the day. That's the difference. If there was ever a difference in the Petra records, it always had a character of rock, but the sounds were always trying to be upgrooved, and I learned that lesson from Head East and from Petra, and I hope I've carried that well through my solo stuff.
Well, you have, John. You have, and again, I've got to produce a lot of music, and for me, I heard it once that a good producer doesn't capture music; they capture a moment. And so, when you have simple, complex, if someone has a decent voice, then you want some good instrumentation behind them. If someone has a fantastic voice, then you don't want to compete with it, but you want to make it a good full sound. But, just right off the bat with the song Go, on your album Go, man, it was just perfect, it sounded so, of course it's professional, it's you. But again, John, your vocals, your vocal control, your strength, the heart behind it, it not only took me back, but again, it's a new, fresh thing. And speaking of fresh things, you are going to do something incredible with Bob and the gang, Petra, overseas coming up. Tell us about that.
It's a long ways off. Actually, it's next year in November
Wow.
6th through the 15th.
A little bit over a year from now.
Go on a tour of the Middle East, Holy Lands actually, and at the end of it, Petra, the band, is going to play at Petra, the city, or the.
Wow.
I don't even know what you call it. It's a monument, the city.
Right.
Something that I still can't believe we're doing it. That to me will be historic.
One of the wonders of the world, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they could carve that out. Actually, Indiana Jones' Last Crusade did some filming, I believe, in front of that place that you're going to be singing. And
I'm very honored.
Fantastic.
I'm very honored that anyone even thought of it. That they saw the value in it, and the fact that they took it and said, we're going to do this, and contacted us as, would you consider? And Bob and I go, you got to be kidding me. Of course we would. We'll put the band back together for that, which we are. Now we are doing a show next month.
Okay.
The first time we've done a show together in, oh my gosh, probably a year. And
wow.
I'll be honest, I didn't know that we would get together except for the Petra show. And so this one has come together, and I'm pretty excited about that too. So, in Petra's future, we have at least 2 more shows.
Man, I tell you what, and again, you carry that, man. You carry the fire wherever you go. Whether you're singing by yourself, or you're singing with Petra, you're singing with a handful of musicians, or even with the Jay Sekulow band. You've been doing some of that too with John Elefante, formerly of Kansas. And I'm just impressed, brother. I'm impressed with you. For someone who's never heard you before, such a signature voice. Allie Allison of Channel 10, just think the world of her. She said, man, that guy can really, really sing. Wow. And she had not been exposed to your music before, and she just absolutely loved it, John. And when people get to meet you, they love you even more. Hey, everybody, go to johnwschlitt.com. and get on the Schlitt shop and buy every album you can. I bought Go this morning, and I want to buy the others too, and I just can't wait, John. But may this be the first of many that you come onto the show, Fridays with Friends, and other shows that we're involved with too, because for such a time as this, we need people to be taken back perhaps to a better version of themselves, and for others, to rise to the challenge, to go and to be who they're destined to be in this season. And I'm so glad that
Yes.
you are doing that, John.
Thank you, my friend. I'll tell you what, again, Go really is an anthem saying, listen, church is not an escape. It's a boot camp to train us for the commission that Christ gave us before he rose to heaven. And that's to tell the world about Jesus. And
Right.
so I feel like too long we have had that mentality, especially here in this country, where you go to church to relax. Well,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with praise and worship and getting the word and getting fed in an encouraging way. But what do you do with that food? Do you sit back and go, "Oh, that was good," or do you go out and find out what's next? You know?
Right. Right.
So I really felt I was so glad that as the songs developed, it developed in that direction, and that's sort of how I do it. I start a record, and I listen to the music that's handed to me, and or that we co-write. In this case, I did a lot of co-writing, and see how it develops. And man, it developed in that beautiful direction of a commitment towards encouragement.
Well, an encouragement it is. And I tell you what, there was a time where you were singing "Save My Life, I'm Going Down for the Last Time." And now your life's been saved and you're going up and you're going out.
Yes.
And you're
Is that not an appropriate song? Is that not an appropriate song for my history?
I know, man. I love it. Well, John Schlitt, first of many, it's so good to see you. And people, be sure and go to johnwschlitt.com. You'll see that on the screen, and check out the Schlitt shop. Now, did you name the shop that, John?
I did, bud. I loved it. Hey, listen, with a name like Schlitt, I gotta use as much as I possibly can.
Well, hey, you're talking to Brant Fricker. Come on, take it. I'll trade Fricker for Schlitt. We can start a law firm, Fricker and Schlitt. Have you been injured in a car accident?
Oh my gosh,
no.
They'd never be able to say it.
Well, John, once
Say it
again,
3 times. I dare you.
no kidding. Well, hey, so proud to know you. Honored to call you a friend and one of your biggest fans, brother. And again, look forward to just the great things that God's doing in you and through you, and the music and the things that you're going to inspire. You launched 1,000 bands with your career, and I think you're going to launch 1,000 more artists and poets from this new great album, Go. So go get it at johnwschlitt.com. And thank you again, John.
God bless you, buddy.
When the streets are empty and people are afraid, our police officers stand ready to fight the darkness. Because in the real world, heroes don't wear capes, they wear badges. On behalf of Amarillo, we say thank you to our law enforcement.